Shalom, my Yashala. Before I get started, I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. My honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And peace, greetings, and salutation to the items that's pushing this work around the globe in truth and sincerity. And to the true items push on. And this is a little impromptu, man, just on what would you do if the Spirit of the Lord came upon you? You know, as he put it upon great men. And I'm going to go through some accounts where, you know, the Spirit of the Lord was on these men, man. You know, basically it was a space of opportunity where, you know, they had the opportunity to prove to the Lord, man, to be to do that which is right in his eyes, man, in his sight. You know, not to take it for granted, because even though the Spirit of the Lord is working through the men of the Lord, you know, it's like he gave them an extra portion of his spirit, man. And I'll get into it with explaining it. This Ecclesiastes 9 and 11, it says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill. This the point. But time and chance happened to them all, man. So the purpose of what I wanted, let's see if I could get this word chance in there. So I want to get in this real quick to just start it off. Pack chance. I'm going to the but that was the point. But time and chance happened to them all, man. So basically everything that you just read, like it said, bread to the wise, riches to men of understanding, favor to men of skill, man. But time and chance happened to them all, man. So, you know, it's a time where the Spirit of the Lord was put on men, man, you know, to perform out whatever due there was the Father had set to complete as well, man. But you know, some men, you know, manifest in it, man, you know, for a time, and then, you know, some men let it get, you know, let the Spirit overwhelm them, man, and become overzealous, you know. But let's get an account with that real quick. This Judges 15 and 16. It says I'm gonna read 15. It says, and he found a new jawbone of an ass, and put forth his hand and took it and slew 1,000 men therewith. And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 men. But and the Father gave him, put the Spirit upon Samson from a child. You know, he put his strength. He had the strength of the Father, man. You know, and I should have went into that account, but I got that to show you that when the Father put his strength upon him, he slayed 1,000 men with an ass bone, man. A bone out of an ass, man. You know, but yet he still allowed his strength to be taken away from him, man, through you know, through, of course, through the woman being deceptive, you know, but he was weakened, you know, even though the Father gave him his spirit to be a strong man. Let's go into another account. I'm going to just kind of jump to a few accounts. I don't really want to make it too long. This David Mighty Man, this 2 Samuel 23 and 10. I'm going to read 9. It says, and after him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo, the Elhite, one of the 3 mighty men with David when they defiled the Philistines that were there gathered together to battle, and the men of Israel were going away. It says he arose and smote the Philistine until his hand was weary, and his hand clave unto the sword. His hand locked into the sword, man. All right, let's get that word clave real quick. Oh, it's locking. It's clave.
Strong's H 1692. Davak. Davak. And the form just below that, Davake. Davake.
Okay, so it says to cling, to stick, stay close, cleave, keep close, stick to, stick wet, follow closely, join to, overtake, catch, to cling, cleave to, stay wet. So his hand joined into the sword. You know, whatever his killing instrument was, man. Meaning, you know, the spirit of the Lord had to be on that man, man. He smoked so many Philistines till his hand came into the sword. There's another one I wanted to get in this. I think it's 20. Yeah, this 2 Samuel 23 and 20 says, and Ben the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man of Kabzeel, who had done many acts, he slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. He went down also and slew a lion in the midst of a pit in a time of snow, man. So not only was the spirit of the Lord on this man, I mean, you gotta you go slay a lion, you jump in a pit to slay the lion, and it was snowing. You know, in snow, you cold, your body parts hurting. I mean, of course, these was men. They had their statue, man. They was in a glory more or less than right now, because of course we know in Samuel said that ye know that ye men of right now of lesser stature, and of course the animals are too. So this lion was bigger. Of course he was bigger, but he did it in snow. He did it in snow, man. And he slew an Egyptian, a man of great stature. We know the Egyptian was tall, and the Egyptian had a spear in his hand, but he went down with a staff and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand and slew him with his own spear, man. Spirit of the Lord was on these men, man. You know? But then we can go to account of, well, you can let the spirit of the Lord overwhelm you, man. And do that which is evil in the sight of the Lord. You see? This 1 Samuel 29 and 5. Salaki. This 1 Samuel 29 and 5. This not I meant to say 1 Samuel 16 and 14. I'll go to that one next. This 1 Samuel 16 and 14. It says, but the spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him. So the reason why that evil spirit was coming up on Saul, man, because Saul wasn't adhering to the Lord's word, man. He was being rebellious, man. And the Father took his spirit from him, man. You know? And basically put the spirit up on David. Well, was initially going to put the spirit up on David, man. You know? Because Saul was going about to do his own thing, man. He wasn't trusting in the spirit of the Lord. He was trusting in his own self, man. Like when I think that was Samuel, you know, when asked him, like, you know, why you didn't I think that was Samuel the prophet, the seer, asked him in his account, like when he was supposed to go take, I forgot exactly who it was, hostage, the other nation of people. He left the king alive, man. And Samuel asked you, didn't the Lord tell you to slay everybody? He was like, well, yeah, but the people or something wanted to keep the king alive or some shit, man. You know, well, I ain't gonna say some shit. I don't want it to sound like that, but I'm just paraphrasing it. I ain't get the account. So, and He went to establish his own righteousness, man. He didn't follow the words of the Lord, man. And before he went up to do that, he didn't even wait for Samuel, man. To do the sacrifice. He did the sacrifice himself too, man. So the Father took his spirit off him. Now let's get the account with David. It's 1 Samuel 29 and 5. This one the Father put his spirit upon David, and this made Saul mad, man. It says, is this not David? 1 Samuel 29 and 5. Is not this David of whom they sang one to another in dances, saying Saul slew his thousands and David his 10,000s? So David killed 10,000 men, man. You think you could really kill 10,000 men without the spirit of the Lord being on you, man? Come on, man. It's a no-brainer, It's just a no-brainer, man. Even just like with Pharaoh, and I just call these accounts out. Even with Pharaoh, the Father put it on his spirit to get high-minded, man. And he hardened his heart. That he would keep the children of Israel, man, so he could perform. So the Father could get that dude, man. He hardened Pharaoh's heart to show the world his power, man. All right. And even with Paul, matter of fact, I get that account with Paul. Matter of fact, sound that's there. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, I get it. It says concerning zeal, Philippians 3 and 6, persecuting the church, touching the righteous which is in the law, blameless. So Paul had the spirit. Paul was so much in the spirit till he started persecuting the church, man. Trying to do that which is righteous, man. And on top of that, Paul was so, in the spirit to the Father to knock him off his horse and blind him, man, and give him the right way, man. And humble him down, man. So we gotta know how to basically measure the spirit when it's put up on us, man. Well, that of course these, great men, but I'm just saying, what if the Lord's spirit was upon you? What would you do in these situations, man? These was great men. We know that by far. The spirit of the Lord was upon Solomon, and he started he allowed the women to basically, kind of mouthpiece him into building altars unto the Lord, man. And Solomon had the spirit of the Lord on the Father gave him the most wisdom and knowledge and understanding, man. And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, he embodied wisdom, man. He put his spirit upon Solomon, man. All right. Same as Elijah, man. Elijah called fire from heaven, man. The spirit of the Lord got to be dealing with you, man. Got to be on you for to do such things, man. Even with Judith, man. When she got down and prayed and, took off her sackcloth, man, the spirit of the Lord, she was moved by the spirit of the Lord, man, to go down there to defend Israel like that, man. In the neck of the enemies, man, and, cut this man's head off, man. Let me get an account real quick, another account. This First Maccabees 2 and 24. It says, now when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews, I'm reading 23, in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar which was at Modin according to the king's commandment. And in this time, man, it was during this time, it was going with the heathen, man, getting down, making sacrifices to the heathen altar, man. So in this First Maccabees 2:24, it says, which thing Matthias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment, wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar, man. You know, in his zeal, you know, he killed the man, bro. But, you know, hey, man, you know, the spirit got up on this man, man. You know, the spirit is it can be untamable, man. You know, you could, like you say, like I said, the spirit can be utilized, you know, long as it's done according to righteousness, man. You know, you gotta let that spirit dwell within you, man. You know, let it dwell with you, man. Let it, you know what I'm saying? Let it harmonize and synchronize with you, man. You know, be humble about it, man, because the Father have given a portion of his spirit upon the men of the Lord, man. All right. Now, yeah, we not in our mighty men state, but we gonna get there, man. Once he change our bodies, man, because these bodies is fragile, they futile, man. They finish, you know. But we gonna get there. Let me get another account in Maccabees. This First Maccabees 6 and 18. Slaki. I want to say. Second Maccabees. 6 and 8. I'm gonna start at 18. It says, Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. But he choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained within such an abomination, spitted forth and came of his own accord to the torment, man. So you gotta have the spirit of the Lord, man, to, you know, be willing to die, to not eat swine flesh, man. You know, the spirit of the Lord gotta be burning in you, man. That zeal. You know, let's get another one. Second Maccabees 7 and 2, it says, but one of them that spake first said thus, this the 7 brothers, all right? Same with the swine flesh. It says, what shalt thou ask or learn of us? It says, we are ready to die, ready to transgress the laws of our Father, man. And the Father gave him that spirit of confidence, man. You know, that spirit of discipline. You know, to be disciplined and not go against his custom and his ways and his laws, man. You know, but to stand boldly in the face of death, man. Did not the Father, this the same man who put the spirit upon Nebuchadnezzar to eat grass, man, till it passed over him 7 times, man. And be as the beast of the field, man. You see? So we got to know what we dealing with and who we dealing with. He also put the spirit on Abraham, man, to sacrifice Isaac, man. And he was going to do it. So do you really want a portion of the Lord's spirit upon you like that, man? You know, and because I think it's Job 34 and 14, you know, hey, I think it, probably, wow, real quick, I think it's Job 34 and 14. I ain't really want to make this video that long, but through the spirit, I let it roll. Yeah, it's Job 34 and 14. It says, if he set his heart upon man, if he gather to him his spirit and his breath, all flesh shall perish together, and man shall turn into dust again. But, that's like, I want to say, but man, this is how heavy this man's spirit is, man. The spirit of the Lord, man. I'm speaking about right there. He put the spirit on Noah to prophesy for 100 years, man, to build an ark, man. And Noah not even, he put that spirit of faith on Noah to believe that it would rain, man. And it would never stop. That it would flood the earth, man. Noah was in the spirit of the Lord. These are all men of the Lord, man. So did he put the spirit on Daniel in the lion's den, man, to be faithful unto death, man. He also put the spirit on Jacob to gave him the spirit to wrestle with an angel, man, from it was night to sundown, man. Shout out to the brother Ragazah, man. GMS Louisiana Ragazah, man. The bro, man, he just did a video on that like two or 3 days ago, man. Check that video out, man. Where Jacob wrestled with the angel, man. He put a spirit up on Jacob, man. But that's all I kind of just really wanted to cover. It got kind of lengthy up, man. But time and chance happening to every man, man. And if the Father put his spirit upon you, what would you do, man? How would you do it? Would you do it different from these men? Would you do it better than these men? Would you do it just like these men? So, but remember, the spirit of the Lord, man, is heavy to hold, man. Just like heavy, just like heavy is the crown that holds the head, man. Heavy is the head that holds the crown, man. So, but with that, I hope that was edifying. Until the next time, I won't see. Shalom.